It's Marilyn Devonish here. I'm having to smile because I got a little bit of a telling off when I went back into the video webinar today. I had shared about one of my clients and his dramatic transformation in the last 4 weeks. So just to kind of give you a heads up, if you didn't watch the one earlier, I ran a 10-part Raising Your Money Vibration series. It finished on Friday, the 27th of September. Today is Saturday, the 26th of October. So I kind of, David shared in the group, because we were doing a whole thing about coming up with what you believe about money, what is your relationship with money, what is the energy with money, what does money say to you? And I was noticing what he was sharing. I'm like, oh, this isn't in alignment with the exercise, because everybody's showing, like, you know, beliefs about money. It's difficult, it's hard to come by. I've got some of them here. Difficult, it's hard to come by. Where the hell have you been? It's rarely ever there when I need it. Jesus, I have to work. I spelt in the Rihanna style. No one gives me anything. I'm always robbing Peter to pay Paul. I can't afford anything. No one pays nothing. But, you know, really, you know, long list. They come onto the thread and I said, you know, what's your belief about money? And he said, I'm a magnet for money. I'm like, oh, that's very cool. Then we go on a bit and I said, you know, kind of, you know, what are feelings about money, and kind of what does money feel about you? I love it. I was like, okay, still not in alignment with what everyone else is saying in the exercise. I then said, what's the energy of money? And they said in question mark, in capital letters, power, exclamation mark. So now I'm thinking, and then we got to the money relationship bit, and this is where somebody used expletives. They said, bleep, where the bleeping hell is mine, as in where's my money? Somebody else said later on, it was so funny, money was complaining. Money says, like, you're like a jailer. They said, well, if you were around more, I wouldn't have to chase you. It's your own fault for bleeping off every 5 minutes. So that's the kind of, you know, where we started, that's not where we ended, trust me. So now I get to the money relationship. Dave then says, money says, I love you. And I'm like, okay, is he doing the same exercises that we're doing? And I'm just kind of, you know, thinking, this is really strange. And then Dave then says, oh, this is such a shift. I was sitting here and I couldn't think of any bad, in capital letters, I couldn't think of any bad phrases for money. So I was like, oh my God. And then he said, yeah, you know, and then we talked, and then he said, you know, everything has shifted and changed since I did your Raising Your Money Vibration program. So it was an online video webinar program. So we had people from Canada, from America, from across Europe, the UK and Australia taking part. And it was a 10-part series. So it's about 22 hours in total. You know, we spread it over several months where we would get together for a video webinar. There were people who did it live. There were people who were catching up with the recordings. But Dave was on that program and we finished a month ago. And so that's what, so when we're doing the exercise about bringing up the limiting beliefs and negative emotions, he's got, I got nothing. So I go back onto and I then said, you know, can I share your feedback, Dave? He says, yeah, cool with that, share away. The more who get this, the better. Together we can change the world for the better. 3 exclamation marks. I'm like, fabulous. So this was at lunchtime now. And I said, Dave, what can I call you? So he says, you know, in terms of description, Dave, entrepreneur from the UK. Perfect. So I'm like, my work is done. I then get back into the webinar and Dave's like, Marilyn, saw your Facebook Live. Very cool. But, so this is where I got a little telling off, but you didn't mention my multiple, he wrote that in capital letters, you didn't mention my multiple 6-figure income increase from your Huna intention and my business investment, exclamation mark, smiley face. So Dave, I apologize for missing that one out. So just to kind of put the record straight, one of the things that happened with the Raising Your Money Vibration program, it's 10-part series. When I was sitting down to design it, and a couple of days before I launched it, I sat down and nobody had signed up yet because I hadn't launched it. But I decided to experiment. I'm always experimenting. And I thought, you know, and like when I'm running a training, etc., I Huna the room before I arrive. So I thought, why wouldn't I do the same with this program? So I'm sitting down, I'm imagining the people signing up, didn't know who they would be. And I'm sitting thinking of the program and I'm like, and I'm clearing the energetic blockages such that, but my intention was the minute people make the decision to sign up, things start to change. When they sign up, bang, everything is just all go. And then I released the program. First couple of people signed up. Somebody emailed me. She said, Marilyn, I thought about signing up for your program last night, and I also want to change jobs. She said, I came down, signed up this morning, straight after, got an interview, and I've got an interview today, got the job, more money. She said, did you Huna the program, and did you do any energy work before we started? So I went, actually, yes, I did. And I was like, okay, cool, interesting. Second person then gets in touch, and she's a lady out in Canada. And we've been, talking on the phone. We did a free 20-minute intro that she'd booked via my website to have a chat, first of all, talk about whether it was right for her, etc., and way forward. And she then says, Marilyn, since I signed up, she said, your money vibration program is working, by the way. Since I signed up, money is coming in from this stream. Oops, ... because when we've spoken, there's a particular revenue stream that just wasn't generating anything. So that's the one she wanted to close down. So the reason she said oops is because having made the decision to close it down, then she signs up. We hadn't even started the program. We were several weeks away from doing the webinars. She's like, money's now coming in on that stream that's been just like nothing doing. And so she then said, did you do something before we started? And I'm like, well, funny you should say that. Yes, I did. I've got 3 times convinced now. I've got 3 times convincer. So now I'm minding my own business, doing a call with one of my clients who had also signed up. This is Dave. And he said, did you do something or some Huna before the program started? I went, why? And he says, well, after I signed up, I got this new deal and it's going to bring in 6 figures. I'm like, oh my Lord. So, I'm a fan of synchronicity, but it gets to a point where you're like, what are the chances of that happening? So that's the context for this, but I didn't mention it in the first webinar that I did this lunchtime. So Dave was like, you didn't mention the multiple 6 figures after the Huna. So I always say that, Huna it's one of my favorite modalities. It's absolutely fantastic. And for those of you who are interested, the program is now available as an online video webinar. It's on demand. So you just click the button and you get started whenever you want to. We've just finished the 1-day money breakthrough video webinar. That was fantastic. We started off with, I don't know if I can pull it up because Facebook gets a bit antsy when you move out of its system, because it feels that you're not paying attention to it. So I'll maybe do a different video, but we had people kind of, well, the stuff I've just read to you, at the end of it, they're feeling calm, they're feeling relaxed. Actually, I jotted a few down here from the people who were online and on Messenger. Fantastic, really good, exciting. It was fun, it was insightful, it was wow. And so it was 8 hours. We did 8 hours. That's quite a long time, but as I already know from the photo reading video webinar, which is 21 hours, of course, not all done in one day, it's spread over 3 days. We got to the end of that and people were still motivated and energized. And so it's not your regular kind of online training. Very interactive, very dynamic. And the one that we've just done was a mix of, we started off with looking at beliefs, judgments, paradigms, what needs clearing. We then got into the clearing where we did the Huna, the access consciousness. We did some meditation processes. We did dialogue. We did journaling. We did, you name it, it was all in there. And by the time we got to the end of that, really different energy, really different kind of feedback, which is a plan. And we've also then put in place what I call the ripple effect, so that you can kind of, the sort of feedback that people are getting, where the 300% people's income and business is improving by 300% seems to be the very common number. I have no idea why that is, but I like it. And so, yeah, what I will do, I don't think I'll do it today because it's been a long day. We started at 10 a.m. UK time. We finished it. I wanted to finish at 6 p.m. We finished at 5:58. So I'm pleased with that, and we got everything done that I wanted to do. So it's been a very long day. So I think it's time for Strictly Come Dancing. However, what I will do is I'll put a webinar together. I'll show you some of the results that people have had. And if you want to do that, if you want to have some breakthroughs in that area, then feel free to join us. And one of the things, because somebody was saying, oh, how do I access it and how long have I got access to the material? And the really good news is, once the one that we did today is just rendering, so that'll be available on demand from tomorrow. And of course, the Raising the Money Vibration is already available. We finished that a month ago. And the really lovely thing about it is you can now take part in the workshops globally. Doesn't matter where in the world you are. You can do them from the comfort of your own home, your own office. You've got no travel costs, no hotel costs, no food and subsistence costs. You can choose where it fits with your diary, and you've got lifetime access to the material. So all of the processes and meditations and clearings and coaching that we did today, and the exercises, because a lot of it, we did quite a lot of written exercises and journaling and delving kind of beneath just the words. People can go back at their leisure and rewatch that whenever they choose to. So really love it from that perspective. And I've had people who have traditionally come to my in-person workshops. They've done the video webinar. A couple of them, lovely lady called Winnie, she went, I don't really think I'd like the online because I like being in the room. And she's like, this was great, fantastic, really enjoyed it. And that's what people always say, because there's a really nice dynamic and a nice energy about it. So people do feel like they're in the room, even when they're watching a replay. And the very first video webinar I did was like a photo reading and memory intro. That's probably a good, oh my God, what would that be now? 8-9 years ago. And people messaging me go, I felt like I was in the room. I felt like I was a fly on the wall. And at the point where it got emotional in the room, I had people email me, go, I just cried when I got to that bit. So I know from way back then that people do feel like they're there in the room with us. And, you know, I've had people listen to and watch recordings and get the same incredible results. So that is fantastic. Hey, Bernadette, how are you? Yeah, it's just amazing, really, absolutely amazing. So if you do want to take part, what I'll do is I'll put the link where you can find further information in the comments. I'll put this on YouTube as well. I'll put it in the description of YouTube. I'm a little bit warier now of me and a friend had a conversation about the weird practices of Facebook with links. Oh, they've updated it. You can invite friends from your PC now. So if I wanted to bring someone on, I think I can invite them onto the stream. Very nice. But yeah, it's been fantastic, really fantastic. So thank you so much to everyone who has taken the plunge and taken a chance and joined me for these online workshops. And congratulations on all of the incredible results and breakthroughs and your multiple 6 figures. That is just so cool. And what can I say? As one of the clients that I met at the TCCH put it, when he'd just flown in from Japan, he was really bad with jet lag. I was thinking that I'm going home, I can't take this anymore. And I just did a couple of minutes of Huna. It's like, Huna is better than Red Bull. Huna is better than Starbucks. And, you know, seeing the results that people have had with it, with the online, because I already know with the in-person stuff and with the Skype and telephone coaching, we got that down. But it was, you know, a little bit of an experiment, not a leap of faith. As I said, I've been doing online stuff, you know, since the year dot, probably started doing online teleseminar events, old style, probably about 15 years ago. So it's been a long time, but with this level of clearing and these size of programs, because the Raising Your Money vibration, I said, was about 22 hours. So to just see the results that people are getting already, it's just fantastic. I'm kind of blown away, although it's going to sound weird. I can't put it into words. I know it will happen, but it's not like I expect it to happen, but I do expect it to happen. I cannot put it into words any more than that. But it is always fantastic when it does. So thank you to everyone who has taken part. Thank you to those of you who will be joining us in the future. And I just like to say, now watch this space with everyone else who is going to have things unraveling. And I was saying to the group, my logo, you can maybe see it behind me on the shelf in terms of my business cards and my brochure, is the water drop. And my intention was the work I do with the breakthrough stuff is a catalyst, and then the changes continue to ripple out into people's lives. And the longest I've had the ripple effect reported back is 10 years, where someone got in touch. He sent me an email saying, hey, I've got a colleague who's looking for an executive coach. I've recommended you. And then he said in the email, oh, I've been meaning to get in touch. I just wanted to tell you that the ripple effect of the one-day breakthrough session we did, the effects of that are still rippling throughout my life, is the way he put it. And I looked at his name and I thought, I'm pretty sure we did that one-day breakthrough session 10 years ago. So I go back to my database, sure enough, 10 years ago, we did a one-day breakthrough session, and the effects of that were still rippling throughout his life. So it is super cool stuff. I love it. Then it says, doing great. See you're growing leaps and bounds. Thank you for your awesome works. Oh, well, thank you. Technology is so good now. It's like there's no reason not to embrace it and not to use it. Somebody was asking me yesterday, when is my next money vibration workshop? When's the next Fearless Public Speaking? The Fearless Public Speaking is taking place next month, the 16th of the month. It's a Saturday. We're going to do the same format again. I'm not trying to be funny. This is the truth. I do not have plans to run these again, because the beauty of it is I can run the webinar once, then you've got the recording. I don't need to record it again, because I already know that people will listen to recordings that I did 5, 6, 7 years ago. They'll be emailing me and go, oh my God, I just listened to your Huna recording. It was amazing. They're telling me what's happened. The first time I got an email from someone, and she's like, oh my God, thank you so much for the Huna process. I've just listened to the recording, and she was telling me what happened and all the stuff that had shifted. And I was reading it thinking, I didn't do a Huna process, but not recently anyway. So I emailed her back, said, oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for the feedback. I really appreciate it. What are you listening to? She puts the name in. It's a recording I did 5 years prior. And so I already know that the energy travels and translates. I guess the beauty of getting in there and doing it live like people were today, we're talking in real time. There's a chat room which is open, there's a private Q&A room. I was also letting people email me and send their stuff in on Messenger, so I'm kind of multitasking. But that means I can take people's feedback, I can incorporate it in. And for those of you who have already booked to take part in the Fearless Public Speaking one-day online training, interactive training, if you can't make it live, just send me your questions. I will build those into the fabric of the workshop, and I will answer your questions live on air. I won't, of course, say who you are, just say I have a question, and then we'll go into the question, so you'll get everything answered. But thereafter, once I've run them, I don't plan to keep running them. There's no point. Why do I need to do that? It's already recorded now. Ta-da! It's on celluloid. So cool. Anyway, Strictly is calling. Thank you so much for everyone for taking part. Thank you for those of you who are watching. Bernadette, wishing you happy travels with all of your projects, the wonderful things that you're doing. I will oh, actually, one more thing. While I'm here, let me tell you the link for that one. I believe the 10-part series that Dave did with, you know, talking about with the 6-figure increase, I believe that one, I have to double check, but I believe it's www.moneyvibration.eventbrite.com. I won't give you the link to the one we've just run because it's humongously long. It's like transformation.bigmarker.com/money breakthrough, whatever. But I'll post the link. But if you want to look up the one that Dave did where he's talking about the 6-figure increase and the Huna, I believe that one is kind of www.moneyvibration.eventbrite.com. But I'll add the link. So wishing you all fabulous rest of your weekend. Marilyn Devonish from transformationstm.com, over and out.